Hello everyone, Tennis Coach Cody here, and today we're going to be going over how to hit an overhead from anywhere on the court. Here we go. We're going to be going into detail on the footwork, the timing, the forward swing, and the placement on a short, mid-court, and deep overhead. Here we go. Starting with the short overhead, the footwork. So it depends where your opponent hits you that lob, or that short lob. So if the short lob is in front of you from this position, you do your turn and you're going to be doing a forward side shuffle up. The second type of movement for your footwork, if the overhead is to your right or if the lob is to your right side, you're going to be doing a forward run to the right to get the ball over your head. If the ball is behind you, you're going to do your turn and do a back pedal. The fourth type of movement, the most common type of movement, if the ball is behind you, you're going to be doing a backward side shuffle. Now, moving on to the timing. You're going to want to hit these short overheads out of the air if they're at a height to where you can time the ball and hit it out of the air. Let's say the lob is over the lights or is too high for you to hit out of the air. You're going to let the overhead bounce and then you're going to hit the overhead. Moving on now to the forward motion. Since you're short into the court, you're going to want to be hitting the ball and rolling your strings on top of the ball. You're going to pronate with the wrist to make the ball bounce on in your opponent's service box and then go out of the court or the fence. We just talked about the placement. When you're short in the court, you're going to hit in your opponent's service boxes. Now, moving on to the mid-court overhead. When you're at the net and they hit you that lob, your movement is going to be, after you reach your turn position, a backward side shuffle. And now you got behind that overhead, now you're in the proper position. Now, moving on to the timing. Same as with the short overhead, if the overhead is too high for you to time properly and hit out of the air, you're going to just let that ball bounce, then get under it, so then you can take care of it. Next, the forward movement. So you're now going to want to hit a little bit more on the back of the ball as opposed to the short overhead where you rolled your strings on top of the ball. Lastly, the placement. The mid-court overhead you're going to want to place in your opponent's mid-court. Have that mid-court overhead hitting the back of the ball. Your goal, the optimal placement, is in their mid-court. Lastly, the deep overhead, you're going to want to do your turn and you're actually going to run and then do a few side shuffles to get behind the ball. Now, moving on to the timing. You're going to want to let this ball bounce. It's very hard to hit an overhead out of the air from this deep in the court. The forward motion now. You're going to want to hit or on the back right or the top right of the ball, and your wrist movement will be doing a slice movement. You're going to be slicing the overhead and the placement will be in your opponent's back court. It's very hard to take advantage of the point this deep in the court, so you just want to neutralize it and get back in the point. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. We're going to be starting our advanced series, and the first video will be on the forehand pronation. See you all next week. Bye.